Peace, love, light, and clarity to you all. I hope everyone's having a very good day or night wherever you are. I hope everything went your way. I hope your day was full of positivity. And I'll start off by saying everyone's awesome. So, okay, I know I've been saying that we're going to talk about connecting to your higher self, but my guides have been telling me that they want me to talk about what spirit guides are. And that's what I mean by my guides. Um, so before we do that, the reason why they wanted me to do that is because they feel that it's necessary that I pretty much explain to you what spirit guides are before you connect with your higher self. Um, Usually I'm not going to question it because I know this is all going to play out some way that they see better than I can. So here we go. All right. What are spirit guides? Just as the word says it, they're guides they're spirits who guide you pretty much. Um, they guide you on pretty much everything in your everyday life, decisions you make, the decisions you make, things of that nature. They're pretty much just your friends here to help you out. So what I did here, I talked with them before I made this video, and we're just gonna do a few highlights that they want me to address, and then after that we'll see what they tell me to make next. So, um, Great Spirit, God, um, I believe wants me to pretty much just put this all out in the open. Many people know about spiritual guides, but I'm just going to give you more information on them. So, one of the highlights is what are the purpose of spirit guides. Again, like I said, they're here to guide you um, and help you on your path that you've chosen here. Um, Another example of that is pretty much since you came here for a purpose, and they're here to help you with that purpose. Um, Another thing is the purpose for a spirit guide that I've come to understand is that their perspective, they see things on a greater span than we do. Um, Being in this reality and being human, um, there are things we're limited to, and they see past that. So their perspective is really different. Um, just to talk about that, me personally, I learn best from spirit than I do people. Like I get, I hear people's opinions, but at the end of the day, I'll consort with great spirit and my spirit guides, and listen to their perspectives and make my decisions. So that's pretty much a purpose um, that I'm just going to go into for spirit guides. The next highlight, the next highlight is introducing my spirit guides is what they wanted me to talk about. Um, I'll be quick. I'm not going to go too long on this, but so you'll know who's helping um, me with this to help you all are pretty much the elements. Because of my Cherokee Native American background, I'm very close with nature, I suppose you can say. I have that connection with nature. Um, it's very deep. One of them, all of my guides are, as far as the elements go, fire, earth, air, and lightning. Just to give you a quick, short detail of what each one of them teaches. Fire teaches about light, he teaches about courage, he teaches you about being a light to others in the dark. Water is very cool, calm, and collected. She teaches you about your emotions, harnessing your emotions, your abilities, and looking at things in a very calm way and relaxing yourself. Earth, she's very patient. Earth is, she teaches you how to just stay still in the moment. She talks about growth, and she gives you examples of growth through the nature and places that you're at. She can literally show you your life through a tree. I've been there, done that, still continue to. Air, he's all about freedom. He's all about letting things go. He's all about not limiting yourself, taking limits off, and being free. And then lightning, he's all about being direct. He's all about picking a point, going straight to it, doing things with full force and full focus. My next guide, per se, is my guardian angel. Her name is Bray. Again, she's an angel. Many people have them. Um, and yes, they do exist. She's all about light and love, and she's always teaching me when it's her time on my path. My next guide is the name he's given me is Zion, and pretty much he's one of the four elders, and the four elders are pretty much the holders of the Akashic record, and they've been here since the beginning. With watching over Earth. They come to me in times of great shifts and things that I need to be aware of and to be prepared for. And then lastly, actually, no, not lastly, um, my next are the daughters of old and new. They've currently been helping me with the last recent videos, actually. This one on this video is actually a group project from all of them. The daughters of old and new, basically they teach you. For example, the daughter of old, she teaches you about mystery, secrets, things in the past that one isn't aware of, or about themselves, and she pretty much brings that knowledge to you. And then once you gain the knowledge, then the daughter of new comes in and she teaches you about the possibilities and possible futures that you can go with those with the knowledge from the daughter of old. So you pretty much have the decision of where to go with it. They just help you out with that, and there's more things that they've been teaching me. And again, lastly, his name is Tomos, and he's pretty much the ancient one. He has been around before the elements, before the elders, um, before many things, and he's been teaching me a lot of things too about ancient knowledge. So how they connect with us. What I've learned is they connect with us through the five clairs. The five clairs being clairsentient, clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairaudience, clairgustance. Um, Clairsentient means clear feeling. How they communicate with you through there is pretty much if you are if you're asking them a question, they'll they'll communicate with you through your feeling. For example, hey Ray, how do what do you think? Should I go to the movies with Tom or should I go to the mall with Chris and Mimi? um, and then if I'm feeling with Tom, I know that's whatever she sees is telling me, nah, you should probably go hang out with Mimi and Chris. So that's that's a form of communication. The next would be clairvoyance. That means clear seeing. You may see your guides, or your guides may send images to you. You may ask questions, um, whatever it is. Hey, where should what outfit should I wear? They send you a picture of a picture of a red shirt just pops in your head. There you go. That's a simple one. Claircognizant, meaning clear knowing. So someone may be talking to you about a story that they're about to tell you, and then bam, whatever information about the story just hits you. Like someone's about to tell you, oh, I met this friend today, and guess what he told me? And then bam, let me guess, he told you about some gold watch that you're going to get for your friend tomorrow. Oh my gosh, how did you know? So there you go. That's a form of clear cognizant. They just send the information to you. The next is clairaudience, meaning clear hearing. You may hear your guides, so they may speak to you and things like that. So that's pretty simple. Clairgustance is clear smell. That one was an odd one to me. How I even learned that was one of my friends that I was teaching about spirit guides. We did a little experiment. I had my guides come down and just to be around. And every time they were around, he would smell like popcorn. And I'm like, that's never heard of that before. And I guess sometime after that, my guardian angel Bray, she led me to this book, just to read a little bit into. And one of the things that it talked about was clairgustance, and pretty much an example of clairgustance is, say for example, someone talks to you about a new car that they want to get or a car they want to buy from someone. Every time they talk to you about that car, you keep smelling like burnt metal or an engine overheating. You don't think much of it, but every time they talk to you, you keep getting that same smell. So then later on, that friend buys the car, and then a month or a few weeks later, the problems are going. The problems wrong with the car is that the engine is overheating. So that's a form of communication as well. Another thing is vibrational matches. That's another form of how they communicate with you. Pretty much how they're able to do this is pretty much when in a meditative state, um, you raise your awareness or your vibrations up to a certain point. When you want to communicate with your guides, they, being from a very high realm, have to bring their vibrations down, and while you're bringing yours up, so you can have a connection, a match. Your vibrations match, and the connection is clear. Um, you're able to maybe whichever clair they work with you, you'll be able to feel more with much more clarity. You'll be able to hear, see more with much more clarity. Um, to just talk about the forms of communications, what I have encountered with many of the people that I teach is whichever way that they communicate, whichever way you get from your guides, focus on that only in the beginning, and the rest will open up. Reason I say this is because some people may just feel their guides, but they really want to see them, whereas the person over here can see them very easily. This person who feels wants to see it, and then they say, well, since I can't see them, they doubt themselves, things like that, and they ignore that they can feel and or possibly just get, claircognizant, because they really want to see so bad, and they ignore all the other ways of communication. And the thing is, why I say that is because if you focus on that and just improve that, all the rest of the areas of communication will open up and improve. um, just give you a personal story with that, in the beginning with communicating with my guides, I would say I started off with clairsentient. So I just felt my guides. When I asked a question, I'd feel them here and there. Then it went on to clairaudience. I'd start hearing them. Um, so the voices would kind of change with them when they talk to me. Even the feeling would change when a certain one is talking or communicating with me. Um, then that went to clairvoyance. I'm able to see them now. Then they'll even send me images if they are trying to get a message to me. Um, then that went to just claircognizant. I just know certain things, but I haven't developed clairgustance, so don't really pay attention to that. So I'm like, okay, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. Um, so pretty much what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna do a meditation, simply because many people can connect to their guides differently. For me, I read an amazing book, a book called it's called Opening to Channel: How to Connect with Your Guides, by Sanaya Roman and Michael Packer. And that is honestly, guys, a very, very amazing book to read. It gives you the 411 pretty much on everything you need to know about a guide, where they come from, how to connect with them, guided meditations, people's stories, different ways they communicate, what you can expect when you communicate from your guides, what's it like. It an amazing book. The best thing I like about it is that the guides that they channel, by the name of Oren and Dabin, is they channeled them, and they, I guess, by them channeling, they pretty much write out from the guide's point of view. So you read the book through Sanea and Michael's experience, also reading from Oren and Dabin. You can tell the difference. You can feel the difference. It's just an amazing book. I still have the book. I currently have it passed. I passed it down to a close friend of mine's, and she's reading the book right now. Honestly, I highly, highly, highly recommend um, getting your hands on that book. It will help you out tremendously, um, and it will set you at ease with a lot of questions that you'll have. Um, you may ask, what is channeling? Channeling is pretty much where you form that vibrational match with your guide, and they pretty much push their thoughts onto you, and you're communicating it through them. So, if to make that very simple, think of yourself as a intercom or a telephone, and your friend who you're talking to, we'll just go with Bob. You're the telephone, and my guide, Fire, who I would channel, would talk to Bob. I'm just simply the line of communication, and Fire is speaking through me to him. So you can read more on what channeling is, or even research it, um, and things like that. So what I'm going to do right now is, like I said, I'm not going to go through I'm not going to do a meditation. Um, because I want you to have your own experience, and I want you to also go out there and learn more about it yourself. And also, just to point you in the right direction, would be to purchase the book. Um, what I'm going to do is just pretty much set you at ease. Um, and just talk to you about a little things that you may be concerned with, or things you may have heard from another person, or anything of that nature. So, one of the concerns that my guides have chosen me to talk about would be connecting with high level guides of light. What I mean by that is, you have guides and spirits who are at a very, very high level, meaning they're full of love, they're full of knowledge, they're full of light, they're here to help you. They have your highest and best good and interest in mind, and they're willing to help you the best way they can. You have lower level guides who are kind of like, you don't really want to deal with them. They don't make you feel as good. They're no, just no. In the book, it talks more about that. So I'm not going to go too much into that, but connecting with higher level guides. To again give you an example of that would be, which one of you guys you want me to choose from? We'll talk Zion. Okay, he again is an elder. Before I even form communication with my guys, they just appear, and I ask them first, "Are you a being of light?" And they say yes. And I ask them what they're here to teach me, and they tell me. I go by the feeling that I have of what they tell me, and then I choose to connect with them. In the book, it'll also explain that process too, and also when you're asking them, are they from light? They can't lie. So literally, it explains that in the book. So, and I always ask them, are they high level? And the stuff they'll tell me is just like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So that's an example. Another thing that they wanted me to talk about is, you're not worshiping your guides or anything like that. It's not one of those crazy, oh, let me sacrifice a chicken to talk to the spirit of fire. No, it's nothing like that. You're not worshiping them. You're not doing anything um, or anything of that nature. Um, to set you at ease with that, the best way I can tell you is, you're pretty much just forming a communication with a friend who's really far away, in a way. Um, Better example, you're in America, and this friend is in Germany, not in the same country, not in the same, reality of things. You have this reality, and you have the spirit world. So they're in the spirit world, you're here, you're forming that communication with that friend there, and you'll be able to talk to them. So literally, it's just a friendship with the spirit. There you go, a spirit friend. So just wanted to set you at ease with that. Again, it's all in the book. You can read it from there. Um, when you channel, like just as I was explaining what channeling is, it's nothing like possession or anything like that. I've had a question about that. It's not. You have full control. Again, in the book, it'll even tell you you have full control. And also, by my personal experience, I've channeled my guides for many of my friends and many of my close ones, and I have full control. Um, when they're speaking through me, it's kind of like I'm in the back of my head and they're up here talking to you. So you have full control. If I wanted to stop them, I could. If I wanted to, stop the connection, I can't. So just setting it at ease is nothing of that nature. Also, another thing to set you at ease. There are many of my friends who are Christians, and they say Holy Spirit has spoken through them. That's another form of channeling. When when information just comes out of you, and you know that just wasn't from you. That like they say it's from Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit is spoken through them. That's a form of channeling. Um, Believe it or not, it is. Um, and the next point is pretty much they wanted me to address they're not foreign. So what I mean is they've been here since the beginning. They've been here before man. Um, they've always been here. Um, Another thing is you may think I'm sounding crazy, but it's actually true. If it wasn't for Spirit, we wouldn't be able to write because they taught us how to write, and they taught us a writing system. And without that Spirit, we wouldn't have been able to write or anything like that. Another thing is um, that I forgot to mention is that everyone has a spirit guide, whether you believe it or not, rather whatever religion you may follow, whatever belief you have, anything like that. Everyone has a spirit guide who is willing to work and help and talk to you. They still do. They always have. They always will be. Um, like I said, they're your friend. But again, everyone has them. So someone who can see other people's guides, they can tell you probably you have like two, and they could give you information or let you know about your guides. But again, everyone has them. Um, just making sure I didn't miss anything about them. I believe that's pretty much it on that. Though I do feel like one of them are trying to tell me some information that I may need to talk about. Um, I think yeah, pretty much think that was it. So yeah, um, so I'd say where to go now. Read the book. And if you're just comfortable with me even just telling you that, and you're like, okay, cool, let's go on to the next thing. By all means, you can. Um, and another thing is, I can say these things because I have personal experience with them. Um, I talk to my guides every day. They've helped me out with many things. Honestly, I'd say, and what I've learned on my path is it kind of it kind of sucks when people aren't able to connect with them because the help that you get from them is ridiculous. I mean, I have avoided so much traffic. I have been able to help people in situations that I had no experience about. Another thing is even find this is the funny thing. You may not believe me, but currently my spirit guides are helping me with my finances. Again, that may sound weird to you, but in my world, this is normal. They're helping me with my finances because they see something that I don't see, and they know in this particular point in my journey that they need to come in and help me out with my finances. I could have said no, but I would be stupid, in my opinion, to not listen to them if they see something that I don't see months ahead. And if this is a peak point in time for them to help me, by all means, I'm all open. And even since then, just to give you more on that, since then, I have never been more prepared financially with emergencies or situations ever since here. They've had me save, they've had me give money, um, all types of things. So, again, they can help you with many things. Also, for my married couples, if you're having little arguments, talk to a guide here and there about that. listen, everything changes. I've seen it and noticed it. So, literally, oh, that's they just dropped it to me. There we go. Before I end this, let me tell you this. Um, there is an infinite amount of spirit guides. You're not limited to one. You're not limited to two. You may go like me, one who went from 4 to 10 or more. There are guides for everything. Um, Seriously, there's a guide for spirituality. There's a guide for electronics. Funny thing is, when I was through this path and in the beginning learning about my spirit guides, one of the things that they taught me that I found was really, really cool was they've helped major people who are in business. Like, for example, Apple. I didn't even know that there was a guide who um, actually helped Steve Jobs. There was a guide who'd help um, the owner of Michael Kors, if that's his name, whatever. They have helped in many, many, many ways, and there are many different guides for many things. There's guides for business, science, all types of things, healing. There's the numbers are endless. So honestly, I just say connect with your guides and have fun. Make life different. Change. Have a good time. Meet your new friend. Meet your new guide who's always been there with you, and just enjoy and just smile every day and be happy. The message to you is I'm gonna leave you with an affirmation. Um, the affirmation I'm gonna leave you with is when you wake up in the morning and when you're in the mirror brushing your teeth, washing your face, just say this affirmation. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better and better. And that's what I'm going to leave you with. So, everyone, much love, peace, love, light, and clarity to you all. Have a very good day. Have a very good night. Enjoy this moment and hug a person. There you go. Later.